Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I'm Randy, and this is a contest entry. And the contest is for Nick Rudow, one of the younger members of the vinyl community, and I think he's celebrating 700 subscribers, although he's way over that now. But he's got a wonderful collection, very eclectic, shows a lot of different things, and always entertaining and always interesting. But his contest is about showing cover versions that we think are better than the original. Now, he said to do 5 to 10. I've got 10, so I'll try to get the pace going here. But I decided not to do cover versions that are more famous than the original. So I'm not going to do Jimi Hendrix, All Along the Watchtower, or The Byrds, My Back Pages, and some of those. I'm trying to feature songs that aren't as well known as the originals, or are not the most famous cover. Well, anyway, so I might as well get started. And my first one is going to be, it's a Gershwin tune that's made famous by Fred Astaire, and it's called They All Laughed. And it took me forever to find this because, you know, I would say that I wanted to get that song, and they would say, well, it's a Fred Astaire song. And I go, no, I've heard it by Bing Crosby. And this was back in the day before the internet. And they had those big yellow books they would look at. The record store would look up stuff for you, and, you know, they couldn't find it. Anyway, I was surprised when I finally found this Bing Crosby, Bing Sings whilst Bregman Swings, and They All Laughed is indeed on this, because I knew I had heard his version, but it's, you know, it's kind of about they all laughed at Christopher Columbus, Hershey and his chocolate bar, that there's no way he's going to get the girl, but of course in the song he does get the girl. Next is a song made famous by the Impressions, and that's People Get Ready. Also, Bob Marley does a very good version, but I loved this Jeff Beck and Rod Stewart version that came out in, was it 1985? I love Jeff Beck's guitar work on that. It was on Epic, but yeah, this is one of my favorites, is the Jeff Beck and Rod Stewart version of People Get Ready. The next one might not fit my criteria. It might be more famous than the original, but I grew up being a big Tom Waits fan. But it was amazing to hear a Jersey boy singing about Tom Waits' Jersey Girl, which is on the B-side of the Cover Me single. I love Springsteen's version. This is a live version they recorded in the Meadowlands in Jersey, and just a great version of that song where he really works the crowd talking about a Jersey girl. My next cover version deals with a song from West Side Story. And when I first heard this, my roommate played it when I was in college, and I go, what the hell is that? And it kind of moved to, what the hell is that? And it's Tom Waits doing the song Somewhere from West Side Story, and kind of does that, somewhere there's a place for us. But it's just, I can't do Tom Waits even, but it was just amazing with the orchestration on that, and to hear this gruff voice doing this West Side Story song. I was just amazed with it, and I had to get this album, which is on Blue Valentine, Tom Waits. Wonderful version. Not for everyone, but I love it. The next one is a Jackson 5 song that I love the cover version. I love the cover version by Graham Parker, and I Want You Back. He grew up being, when he first came up, he was compared to Elvis Costello. He always had a lot more R&B influence in him, and you could really tell through his song I Want You Back, which was a live cut. It was on the B-side of the single for Local Girls. But just an amazing R&B flavored tune, and Graham Parker just nails it on this one. And the next one would be, it's Lefty Frizzell had this great country song, I Never Go Around Mirrors, and also done by Merle Haggard. But the best version, I think, is this one by Dick Curless. A lot of people might not know Dick Curless. His most famous song was A Tombstone Every Mile, the trucking song. This is his biggest hit. But he did this album late in his career. He had cancer, and it's actually the last thing he ever recorded. But he had this amazing vocal range for a country artist. And his voice does crack a little bit in this, but he does an amazing version of I Never Go Around Mirrors, the Lefty Frizzell song. And it's my favorite version. This is by Dick Curless. Next, Charlie Rich had this wonderful song, No Headstone on My Grave. And along comes Jerry Lee Lewis and amps it up with the session in London where he works with a bunch of wonderful musicians at the time. If I can find out on here, Delaney Bramlett, Peter Frampton, Roy Gallagher, Kenny Jones, Alvin Lee, Steve Rowland, Gary Wright. He just had some amazing musicians work with him on that. And his version of No Headstone on My Grave, and he makes it a Jerry Lee tune, and only he can, like he likes to name drop, and at the end of it he kind of puts a new spin on it where he goes, I don't want no headstone on my grave, I want a monument. But I love the energy in his version of No Headstone on My Grave, Jerry Lee Lewis. My next one is a Randy Newman tune entitled God's Song, which kind of looks at what he saw as the inconsistencies in organized religion, and it was a kind of a satire on man's relationship with God. And I don't know if Etta James saw all that when she did the song, but she just does an amazing version of the song. This is a compilation album called The Sweetest Peaches. I don't have the original album it was on, but God's Song, that's why I love mankind. But I recommend anybody listen to this Etta James tune, because I think she does a magnificent job on that one. And the next one is my favorite artist, which is Van Morrison, and his take on the Ray Charles tune, I Believe to My Soul. And on this live album, he just tears that one up. And like I said, it's a wonderful job by Van Morrison on the Ray Charles tune. But my favorite cover song of all time is a Bee Gees tune, which a ton of people have done versions of this song, but I don't think anybody has done it better than the great soul singer James Carr. And that is the song To Love Somebody, which is just an amazing love song and one of the Bee Gees' best tunes, but I think James Carr's version is the best. And it's on here somewhere. If I can find it. Yep. To Love Somebody, written by Barry and Rob Gibb. But yeah, that's my favorite, James Carr doing To Love Somebody. I'd love to see everybody else jump on Nick's contest and shoot him way up there, way past 800. And everyone have a good day. Thank you.